What up, y'all? Welcome to the Gunslinger Gaming Frosty Pints podcast. I'm Gobi, and with me tonight is Dr. Nego, the Eliteness, and Masami.
Hello.
Hi.
Sept.
Hello.
How you guys doing tonight?
I'm good.
Being a ninja.
Kicking this off a little late tonight. Yeah, we are in the Warframe dojo, the GS dojo.
And you can tell if you just look above the bar. It's definitely a gunslinger's bar.
Yeah.
For those of you listening, the PC dojo has a very painstakingly spelled out Gunslinger across the top of it in lights. Apparently, Dr. Nego wasted a whole shitload of time.
A little bit.
Before we get too far into this and too far off track, I want to give a huge shout out to Sunny. She did something pretty cool for my daughters. You might have seen it in the motorcycle chat. She actually sent me a jacket, a baseball cap, a set of gloves, and a bunch of stickers for my daughters to go riding that motorcycle. They got to take their first ride last weekend with all the gear and stuff. So that's pretty awesome.
Very cool.
It's very stylish too.
No, she loves it.
That was really cool, Sonny. I shouted her out and gave her a shout out in Discord.
Yeah, that's very, very nice.
So, Sonny, we miss you.
The other topic, Die Hard, the Christmas movie.
Die Hard is definitely a Christmas movie. It's my favorite Christmas movie.
I concur.
Sure.
No, we all know what you think. Masami, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? The answer is yes.
Boy, peer pressure. I don't know what to do here.
She just laughed in your face. That was all it was.
I'm gonna come over there and figure out how to PvP in this game.
Well, if you want to know the honest truth, is that I have seen bits and pieces of Die Hard, but anytime I have sat down to try to watch it from beginning to end, something has always prevented me from finishing it. In one way, shape, or form.
There's a vast conspiracy preventing Masami from enjoying the glory that is the Christmas movie Die Hard.
The Christmas.
Some sinister cabal is at work.
Oh gosh. I mean, if you had said the Grinch, I would have said, yeah, totally a Christmas movie.
How is the Grinch a Christmas movie? First of all, the Grinch, nothing to do with Christmas tradition. He's a green monster, okay? Second of all, the only thing that's really Christmassy in that movie is, one, the Christmas tree that he steals from Cindy Lou Who, by the way, isn't even a person, let alone a Christian. And second is the antlers that he puts on his dog or whatever when he's got the sleigh and he's like stealing Christmas shit. Okay, and there's a sleigh in there too. So basically, that's a movie which has stolen 3 Christmas elements and put them in a universe just full of bizarre creatures.
And the title, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I mean, is that too, I guess, but I mean, let's just not add it all up.
It's guaranteed just because Christmas is in the title, right?
Yeah, okay, so what was that James Bond movie where there's that nuclear physicist? Die Another Day. Okay, the nuclear scientist, her name is Christmas Jones or something.
This must be about Christmas.
Oh, yeah. No.
What was that movie that was shot in July and it wasn't about Independence Day again?
I would think there's a lot of those.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just made my point, I guess.
Yeah, it's still a Christmas movie. Sorry.
Denise Richards. Yeah, Denise Richards
Yes.
plays Christmas Jones.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Yes.
is that James Bond movie a Christmas movie? Because it's got Christmas in it.
No.
Oh, goodness. But it's not in the title, is it?
Oh, okay, so it can only be in the title. Alright, so if it's
Right.
so
Name a Christmas movie that has Christmas. Name a movie that isn't a Christmas movie that has Christmas in the title. Well, wait.
So wait a minute. Just so we're clear on this, if it has Christmas in the title of the movie, it's a Christmas movie. But if it doesn't have Christmas in the movie and it's got some Christmas elements, it is or is not a Christmas movie.
Well, I would argue that Christmas being the majority of the theme. would
So
make it a
coming
Christmas
home for
movie.
Christmas would, not be a Christmas theme.
Well, I mean, like I said, if a movie's shot in July and it's not about Independence Day, does that really make it a July movie?
No, but it's literally about a dad trying to get
What?
home to spend Christmas with his kids.
Yeah, or
And then
what
it's a
about?
whole bunch of action. That's all that it's about.
Wait, no. What about the Santa Claus? Okay, because this. Well, not the Santa Claus, just Santa Claus, which is a different movie. It's all like most of the movie. Yeah, sure. The beginning of it is about how Santa Claus, gets inducted, and the elves tell him, "Oh, you're the new Santa," and all the rest of that crap.
You
But
cut out
the
again.
most of the movie,
Yeah, that
Yeah,
time you actually did.
You just disappeared.
the actual movie itself is about a homeless boy and a girl being charitable, and them having some misadventures with their parents, and trying to get their families together and everything. That's not like Christmas related. That's most of the movie, but the movie is called Santa Claus.
Well, I mean, it's pretty much got to be about Christmas if it's called Santa Claus.
So far, all I'm hearing is Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie because it's an action movie.
Yeah, why can't there be a
because
Christmas
it's got
action
Bruce
movie?
Willis in it.
Poor
Um,
Bruce Willis.
To be honest, if it appears on the Hallmark channel, it's probably a Christmas movie. So y'all petition the Hallmark to show Die Hard, and you'll have it sealed. I think.
There we go. As soon as Die Hard is on the Hallmark channel, I'll eat my words.
All right.
This time.
For reference, there is a Time article where the Die Hard writer settles the Christmas movie debate once and for all. So the writer of Die Hard says it is a Christmas movie.
That's the
The
right
writer
there. That's the
clearly
guy who
doesn't know what
wrote
he's
the
talking
movie.
about. He obviously doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He wrote one of the best action movies of all time.
Well, he doesn't know what the genre is. He must have been in a drug-fueled state when he wrote it, and
I think that qualifies most movies, to be honest.
So yeah, if Leonardo da Vinci were alive today and he said, yeah, I painted the Mona Lisa and the theme of it is the feminine mystique, you would just be like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. The Mona Lisa is a portrait of a banker's wife. Period. That's it.
I mean, isn't it?
God. So Die Hard, what do we have, like 2-2 here? We're split.
No, Masami, I think, has politely bowed out since she hasn't officially watched it.
Okay, so we're 2-1. Leetness, you lose. Welcome to America.
My vote counts as more than one because I'm more knowledgeable about this.
I'm still gonna trust the writer. Sorry, it's my number one Christmas movie.
Even against the writer, I have versus his.
No, I also agree with the writer. So yeah. Yeah. Google may have 15,000 results about why Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie and only one result why it is, but I'm going with that one result because it supports my argument, and that's the most important argument.
I keep putting my mouse over the boot. I don't know why.
It's because you want to drink from the boot.
Maybe.
The boot was very kindly donated.
Yes,
How does one get a boot?
when you're fishing, you
Yeah.
you basically, instead of a fish, like, you're really certain you speared a fish. You're 100% certain you speared a fish. Yet when the little animation plays, there is a boot,
Das Boot.
and
So
that's
there's
what it's
fishing.
all about.
Oh, that's a good one.
Nice.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's a good one.
So, wasn't there just an update for Warframe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was.
Yes.
The boot update.
Masami can talk about it if she'd like to.
It was the big Gauss update, or Gauss update. I always say it wrong. I think it's Gauss. The newest Warframe, the speedy one, apparently. And there's a bunch of other stuff that came along with it, like an increased ribbon capacity, and some other quality of life things like different metallic textures and increased lighting, although they overdid it too much and had to hotfix that back down a few notches. I think there's been like 3 hot fixes since it came out, and oh yeah, and launching the new disruption mode, which there's one mode where one particular node where you can get Gauss's parts.
There is on Sedna.
Yep.
I believe.
Kelpie.
So, in honor, I believe it's in honor of the highly anticipated Sonic the Hedgehog movie coming out. We totally got Gauss. I don't think he looks like Sonic. I just think that he's super fast, like Sonic.
Okay.
Basically,
Yeah.
I saw a GIF where he was boosted by both Wisp's speed bump and Volt's speed bump, and he was just dashing at high speed, and it was so fast the camera inverted, which later we found out was actually a bug that they have now patched. But still, it was like 0 to Mach 4 in like 3 seconds. It was insane.
That is odd. I'm not 100% sure why they came out with that frame. It seems like that would be really cumbersome. I haven't tried them yet, but it seems like it would be a problem like in regular missions where you're running around hallways and you don't have large open spaces. On the other hand, on the planes, I can see how that might be fun getting from one place to another, especially if he's faster than an Arcwing.
Not sure about that, because I mean, obviously you're contending with debris and trees and other obstacles, whereas Arcwing, you got basically open sky and stupid Grineer to shoot out of it. But I did a ton of Hydron with a bunch of Gausses, and he's got a AoE barrier thing, kind of like just runs around and leaves a trail of fire, kind of like Neja, but it seems to be still useful even in a small space.
I did see on the dev streams he's got, I don't know if it's his second or his third ability, but like fire and ice. Or he can slap down these 2 circles, one's fire, one's ice, and then you can combine them for blast damage.
Yep, and depending on the color, depends on whether or not you can see the dam through it.
Huh. So yeah, that's the new frame that's out. And what's the other frame is Grendel that they're working on?
Yep, he eats enemies for buffs and other things.
He eats enemies and then he can spit them back out.
Mm-hmm. Projectile style.
Or use
That's
them.
pretty...
As Masami said, use them to buff groups, and different enemies give different buffs, which I think is kind of cool. If he consumes them after he's swallowed them.
And then his final form is currently titled Meatball. I have no idea if that's staying or not, but
They
basically...
said on the stream they can't ship that way.
yeah, Rebecca was very firm about that one. Oh, but he rolls around and literally rolls up enemies like a freaking Katamari ball. And they had to like figure it out how big he was gonna get, but like so far it was like 2 times his the original size of the ball that he started, and he can let go of them or it's just crazy.
Right, and they were testing the size on the dev stream where they had infinite energy, but apparently the more enemies that you eat, or the longer that you stay in meatball form, the faster your energy decays. So obviously there's a limit to that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
they even had a speed competition, and they let Grendel go down a hill in his meatball form just to see if he could outpace Gauss.
Oh yeah. So physics-based meatball is his 4 skill.
Yep.
Sounds useful.
Yeah, that's the thing. At this point, I'm not sure why they're putting out these frames other than just to have more frames, because it used to be that frames had specific uses. They were like useful, very, very sometimes in cases useful at certain tasks. But that's why I was asking, how would Gauss fare in a mission that isn't open world? Just because he's so speedy. But yeah, I guess he's got other skills too. And then the last one, if someone wants to get me on camera, the last update is this one. Hello, can everyone see me playing my Schwarzen?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Looks like you're.
It looks like you're holding your shorts in a very suggestive pose.
I was about to say, do I need to start getting some singles out here?
I'm pretty sure you do. It's kind of expected at this point, I think.
Oh shit, the barrow took all my ducats. I have none to tuck an old G-string here. And I'm not talking about the one on the Shazin.
Woo!
Okay then.
Ah, nice.
Space ninjas, everybody.
Gotta love
It
it.
does have incredibly good quads. I'm not gonna lie. That's like several quads per leg. You have like 5 on each side. It's like most people just have 2. Oh, there's my laundry.
Laundry's done.
You know, the only thing I really miss is the random facts, though. That was interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
we haven't been doing that. We haven't been. I think we should do. Well, it's too late now. It's too late now.
It's never too late now. I can do random facts from
Mangoes.
mangoes.
Sure.
Did
I
I
had one-
read
I had
today
one today, and they're so delicious.
that
Yeah, give me a
80
I don't
years
know why
ago
people don't
today,
eat mangoes.
World War II started?
Really?
Yeah.
September 1st, 1939 was when the Germans invaded Poland.
Wow.
Yes, it was
Ah.
today. 80 years ago. There you go.
Mango facts, though. Sorry. Thank
While
you.
you're searching for mangoes, how big is our dojo now?
This is the hall that we all spawn in. It's got the trading station and the clan vault. And then in back of me is the observatory where people can launch their missions. And in between here and
They can
there,
launch what?
missions. You just go in there, squad up, launch missions.
Also has an arsenal up there so you can change your junk out and whatnot.
Yep. And in between here and there,
Just talking to you, Nigel.
yeah, I know. So I can change. So I can actually put on pants before we go into missions because, I mean, you need pants. Sometimes you need pants. I hate to say it. It kills me to say it.
Well, we just witnessed why you need pants. I mean,
So, so I can do
You know.
like the splay. Yeah.
you know what happens in the dojo stays in the dojo.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's another good point to bring up, people. If you want to come to the dojo and get your naughty on, it totally stays in the dojo. I definitely did not put surveillance cameras in every room.
Right? Right. Well, I'm so gonna try and make that the thumbnail as well.
Except the only problem is we're all recording what's going on in this dojo.
Right?
I thought it was for the Pornhub channel I keep hearing about.
Ah, shit. Where's Zero?
Right? I haven't got it done yet, guys. I've not got it done yet. I'm not
Zero's
sure
got
we
pro-
want to be associated with Pornhub, but I keep getting peer pressured into it.
Zero's got like a pro subscription or something, I thought.
It's possible. Maybe that's why there's so much peer pressure.
I don't know. I thought Zero was getting us on because he's got like pro subscription or has like premium invites or something
Got a
to
pro
it.
subscription.
I don't
Oh god.
who
So
knows?
yeah, Buddhist monks are believed to have introduced the mango to Malaysia and Eastern Asia around the 5th century BC. Legend has it that the god Buddha found tranquility and meditated under the cool shade of a mango tree.
See, they are so useful. Did you know that there are more fresh mangoes eaten around the world every day, more than any other fruit?
I did not know that, but that is useful
I-
information that I will remember.
I would have sworn that would be the banana because they're like the cheapest thing at the supermarket, but
Well, that's probably because of the suggestive material that you had in front of you a few minutes ago.
I haven't eaten one yet. But I mean, I can go work on that.
Masami's a virgin, confirmed!
Oh my god!
I think my husband would disagree with you on that.
Ah, damn. You know, one of these days I'm gonna be right with my wild assumptions.
Today is not that day, and tomorrow's not looking good either.
You're going so well.
So yeah, there's some new fantasy shows coming out. I think Leetness might have read the same Time article that I did.
Really?
Yeah, about Dark Crystal and.
Oh no! I've been like waiting for that for ages. I was a huge fan of the Dark Crystal
Really?
when I was a kid.
You did
The movie.
actually. Leetness told me we got into a discussion about this maybe a month ago, and
We got it.
yeah, we got into a discussion about this a month ago, and you told me that
Yeah.
Dark Crystal was one of your favorite movies, and I said, which one's that? And you told me. I was like, I've totally seen that, and then I checked and I didn't have it, so I actually just got it again, and I was gonna rewatch it last week.
Yeah. So now the series came out. I haven't started watching it yet. I showed the trailer to my wife, and I was like, let's watch it. And she's like, this looks like a you thing.
That's sad. I
No,
love
it's definitely not one. Not she's not like into fantasy, so she definitely is not going to be into it. And it's puppets and yeah, it's deep fantasy and puppets. So like completely not something they're interested into. But yeah, I'm definitely like keen for the nostalgia trip.
Me too. I loved the Dark Crystal growing up, and just it's so unbelievably dark, but yet very very good story. We had
Yeah.
company this weekend, otherwise we probably would have binged it already, and I would have to be sitting here with sitting on my hands, not saying anything. But
Yeah, well, I'm excited. So next week we can talk about it.
For just for people who haven't seen the movie, do you want to recap what the movie's about?
So it's essentially it's like an adventure story, kind of. It's a puppet. It's a pretty dark story.
Basically, the Skeksis have taken over the land and basically enslaved the Gelflings because they drink their life essence. So yes, it's dark. It's very dark. And basically, they're getting down to the last few Gelflings, and basically, a couple get chosen to basically shatter the Dark Crystal and save the land and that sort of thing.
And it's pretty terrifying when you're a kid watching this, because the puppets are pretty like scary looking.
That's the thing that made me want to watch the movie in the first place, because it's a pretty serious story, and it's also a fantasy story, but it's told by the Jim Henson Workshop. So you have all these basically Muppets that are much scarier than what you used to see on Sesame Street and Muppets Tonight.
Oh yeah.
And
what I love about the new series is that they've kind of kept true, even though they're using animation as opposed to puppets. They've kept true to the style of the old movie, so everything looks the same.
Yeah, it looked almost pretty much like the high-def version of the Dark Crystal, which is
right, exactly.
There is one more fantasy show that came out, or that is going to come out, that I said I was not a fan of. But if you wanna mention that, Linus, I don't remember what it's called.
Carnival Row. That's the one with Orlando Bloom and Cara Delevingne.
Delvagine.
Yeah, so that one's a little bit different. Looks like it looks like a World War II era style movie with fairies, and
I think I didn't even see a trailer for it until either yesterday or today sometime.
Yeah, it's been like I only saw it last week, this past week.
Orlando Bloom's doing something that involves him not dressing up like an elf or a pirate.
I know, it's not Legolas.
What are the odds?
But it is still fantasy, so I don't know. But he's like a soldier, and
so there's still a chance for him to throw a sword across the room and have it into a wall.
He is in a relationship with a pixie.
Yeah, I was just gonna say there's a big trend coming around in movies and TV shows today, where everything has to be very dark. Everything has to be in a bleak setting where things are just terrible and awful, and you're fighting for your life and all the rest of that. And I don't dislike that. I think that works very well for a lot of TV shows and a lot of movies, but sometimes it creeps into things that it really does not work in at all. For example, Star Trek Discovery does not work as a dark show, just because Star Trek is not themed that way. I won't turn this into a Star Trek discussion. But
Yeah, I have not had the chance to see Discovery yet. I am cable-less, so it has not made my to watch list yet.
You
even though
know-
I'm
Oh.
more of a Trekkie than a Star Wars fan.
you're not. I am more of a Trekkie than a Star Wars fan as well. You're not really missing anything not watching Discovery. Just rewatch Enterprise.
Not at all.
If you want a more modern Star Trek, rewatch Enterprise.
I rewatched Enterprise like a couple of years ago, and it was awesome.
I'm looking forward to Picard. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I do want to see what they do with Picard, but at the same time, I'm a little scared that they're going to try to set it in a very dark, bleak, fighting for your life universe, and that's not ever why I have watched Star Trek.
You watched it for the tight leotards. I know it.
Oh yeah, Brent Spiner's ass.
At least he's honest about it.
He was a very handsome man, and you know, if he were 10 or 20 years younger, I'd hit that.
It's
Stick
a
my
good
big
thing
toe in him.
your mic cuts out at that very moment when you said
Good.
I'd hit that.
Good.
If you are looking for something a little light-hearted, that is actually pretty good and engaging, and I enjoyed it a lot. It's more of a sitcom style, but it was really good. Was The Good Place? I just finished watching the new season of that. That was actually entertaining. It's the whole premise is a whole bunch of people, well, not a whole bunch, 4 people die and go to hell, and in hell they get tortured by being told that they're in the good place, but ultimately they're actually trying to make them go insane and think that they're not supposed to be there, and basically torture them by giving them anxiety and all of this sort of stuff, and make them feel like they don't belong, and really just make them feel awful about themselves. But
It's a lighthearted romp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How? Yeah,
it's a light-hearted romp.
John Wick 3 is coming to DVD next week.
Have we all seen John Wick 3 yet?
Nope.
Yes, I loved
Alright.
it.
Now we're 3-1 here, Gobi. You really gotta pick this up, buddy. We gotta do
Or
our
we
John
could-
Wick 3 podcast.
We could just tell you the entire movie right now.
We could. No, we're not gonna though. We're not gonna spoil it for Gobi.
So it's got John Wick in it.
It definitely has John Wick in it. He kills people.
Mm-hmm.
There's a dog.
Oh yeah.
There's also a
definitely
dog?
There's a dog.
Good dog.
Good doggy. It's a cute dog though. Shit, that dog is cute.
It is a cute dog. You know what else is
Mhm.
cute? The flowers of a mango tree, which are small and white with 5 petals. And the fruit takes between 3 and 6 months to ripen.
Boy,
Did you
I'm
know
re-
that they even come in different shapes and sizes, including yellow, orange, red, and green?
Are we still talking
I did
about
not know that.
mangoes here?
Oh yeah. Delicious mangoes.
I actually
just
had a
eat-
yellow mango the other day.
You want to stuff them in your mouth.
A Japanese honey mango.
Oh yeah, I want one of those in my mouth.
It was quite good. The pip was very thin on the honey mango. I don't know if you're laughing at the fact that I ate a yellow mango, or if that it was thin, or if it was that I said pip.
Pip.
Is it pip? Was it pip?
It's kind of pip. I don't really know what pip is.
Seed.
Seed. Okay.
But it's a pip. We call it a pip in South Africa.
For those that don't know, I originally got the Warframe clan started back in 2013. I badgered and begged Wiki Lectual until he made the clan. I was the first member. Since Wiki has left, and I am now the founding warlord of the clan. But but I've been playing off and on since 2013. Not nearly as much as some people, clearly, but yeah, it's definitely been interesting and fun to watch the game develop and change in the ways that it has. It's missing crossplay, but I'll forgive it for that. It's still a great game,
Yeah,
especially
I
for
mean,
free.
yeah, that's. I will admit that my joining the game about 6 weeks ago is solely the fault of that beautiful commercial that got put together, and then they slapped it in front of Spider-Man: Far From Home, which we saw mid-July. And both my husband and I looked at each other after we saw the commercial, and we're like, "We need to look that game up because that looks pretty hot." And I think I've been logging on every day since then.
Hey there, big boy.
Yeah, no, that's great. They made commercials for Warframe now. That's pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
they one of the director of like 10 Cloverfield Lane and done a bunch of other stuff. He's like a huge Warframe person, and he like approached the staff and was like, "Hey, do you guys want me to do like a commercial for you or something?" And he did.
Fucking A, man.
Yeah, it's a great commercial. Like I think it's on YouTube somewhere. I'm sure we can find it.
I'll have to check it out.
It is awesome. Like, and like the story, like I've been through major story missions. It's got a fantastic lore and world story behind it. You know, I'm not normally like a first, like it's more of a third person shooter game, but I'm not normally into that sort of thing. Like I've been playing like MMOs like WoW and Eve and other things for years, but this is the first time like this, you know, it's kind of crossed that genre line for me, and it's been an interesting skill challenge, but I'm getting there.
Nice.
Jeez, coming from WoW, it's a skill challenge.
Well,
Because like that, I mean, I don't know what I played WoW as well, and 57 million hotkeys later.
I
feel
will
like
I will admit I have not played WoW in like 4 or 5 years.
okay.
I kind of lost the will after Kata, and it got like too easy. If that makes any
Yeah.
sense. Like the level of complexity of, you know, of how you do your trees and everything like that just wasn't I like it got just way too simple.
All right,
But that's
sweetie,
when it
it's
started. That's when it
it's
started to appeal to me.
it's starting to chafe. So,
What
Sorry,
about
but
all right.
Black Desert Online? Did you check that out,
yeah,
Asami?
I did that as well.
One of the Warframe streamers that I watched also does Black Desert, but I haven't really caught a lot of play.
The combat is more action orientated, like Warframe. Not exactly like this, but it's, you know, closer to that than other MMOs. With the
Yeah,
rest
it's
of
not,
it's your pretty standard MMO stuff.
not tab targeting. So you're dealing more with action targets. But I mean, the graphics are incredible in that game.
Hmm.
Only thing is, I mean, if you want any kind of meaningful PvP in that,
It's pay
good
to
luck.
win.
Yeah, good luck with that.
So
I-
Yeah.
just to give some other talking points on Warframe, what I'm doing right now, this parkour across the room and everything, this is why I can't play games like Division 2 anymore. Just because their movement is so slow compared to this. All the stuff that I can do.
I don't know. I'm enjoying Division 2, despite the fact that it is a lot slower than what I'm used to with Path of Exile. Kill. But yeah, I mean, this is way faster for sure.
How far in the story are you?
I'm level 16 now. I did steal the Declaration of Independence finally.
Oh,
That
you
was a
stole the
pretty neat
Declaration of
mission,
Independence! Yay!
I did.
Oh, was that not a pretty neat mission?
No, it was cool. There's a lot of cool missions in this much better than the first division. The missions are way better. They just
Yeah,
they feel more impactful than the ones in New York. I mean, the ones in New York was initially iconic. It was like, oh my god, this is New York. Look at it. It's like it's a spectacle to look at, but it all changed very quickly. It got boring. It's the same shit, same thing over and over again. Whereas the level design in Division 2 is way better. I feel like they actually have much better diversity in the missions themselves. The areas look different and feel different. You can actually see the iconic areas that you've seen in Washington. It's very cool. I like it a lot.
Yeah, they definitely put a lot of time and effort into the missions. Once you get to level 30, if you have the season pass, you unlock classified missions, and they're replayable. They are locked. Once you beat them, they're locked for like 5 days. They're on a cooldown or whatever. But even those missions are really well done, and
Why
I've
do
only
they
done a little
lock
bit.
them for 5 days?
It's like a cooldown, so that you don't
Yeah.
just sit there continually like do just a
Spamming them.
classified mission. Yeah.
Probably forget because they drop good gear.
It's
They don't
because
really. It's not like they drop awesome
XP.
gear. It's guaranteed. Like if you're on World Tier 5, it's a guaranteed 500 drop.
Well, yeah. So it's about the drops.
That's
They don't want to. They're trying
right.
to gate you from getting too many of the same drops from one specific game.
so
Yeah.
they lock the mission and prevent you from playing it more than once, sometimes twice a week, because they don't want you getting
It's
really
once
good
every
gear.
5 days.
Yeah,
No,
that cycles
it's
through, so you'll sometimes be able to do it twice a week, or most of the time,
right.
all the time you'll be able to do it twice a
Um,
week, sometimes 3 times actually.
but they also have the expeditions, which I mean, there's plenty of other content to get the gear. Like all you do CP4s, which are your checkpoints. You level them up to level 4, and you do them, and you get like 6 pieces of level 500 gear. Your caches that you get for earning so much XP once you hit max level, all of those are guaranteed 500 drops. Your clan caches are guaranteed 500 drops. I believe like raid bosses and stuff like that are guaranteed 500 drops. Bosses in the expedition usually drop pretty close to 500, if not 500. Like there's plenty of places to get. The problem is RNG on top of RNG in the division. Like
Yeah.
it's great, but it's almost harder than the first one to get full sets and whatnot. Because it's RNG on top of RNG, but the gunplay and the gameplay feel better and more improved than the first one.
I'm not going to pick on Division too awfully much, but that does just sound like a mechanic that's built in to make you play the game for longer so that you don't get tired of it and stop playing it.
Right.
It could be. I mean, they might have gotten smart with the first one and people doing, sitting there spamming the same mission over and over, and then they get bored and stop playing the game. Like, sometimes cooldowns work.
Yeah, it's slow down mechanic to make sure that you don't max level and then get bored in 2 days.
It's arguably another slowdown mechanic so that they don't have to spend as much time creating new content, and they can just make it slower to play what is already there.
Well, they do have new expeditions coming out. They're adding more content for free with the Division 2, and they're spacing it out better. So it's not like one giant DLC. Like we got the expeditions, you got one expedition. I believe there's more of them coming, and then we're gonna get another drop in the fall, I think, coming up here, and then another one in the spring for Christmas time.
What about
For
in Division 1, like you had daily targets that you could go after, and then you had weekly targets that you could go after, and weeklies reset
Yep.
once every 7 days. Dailies reset every 24 hours. So what about that mechanic? Did they bring that back?
Yeah, that's still there. They have missions. And the VIPs, the high value targets, they're different. They're not really in the game, but they're in the game. They're called bounties.
Yeah.
And they work a little different than the HVTs did. You do certain things in the game, and all of a sudden you'll get a bounty that pops up for 20 minutes. You have to go over there and you have to find the bounty within 20 minutes, otherwise it fails. Which is kind of neat, but at the same time, if you're just fucking around and you happen to pop the bounty right before you leave, like, a lot of the time it involves running a long distance, where the speed thing would help, but you figure it out. If you fail a bounty or whatever, it doesn't count against you or anything like that. It recycles. It's gonna be a little tough though with Breakpoint coming out. Like, can't talk too much about it yet, other than what we've seen in the trailers and whatnot. I know I'm picking it up.
Didn't they have open beta?
They do. It's coming up September 6th, which
Oh, so we
pretty
were
sure-
in a closed.
yes, we can't
Right.
talk about what what we played.
Okay.
All three of us have played. I'm sorry, Dr. Nagel, myself, and Leetness have all played Ghost Recon already. We got into the technical test and the alpha, but we are under NDA, so we can't speak about what we saw or anything in the game.
Wait, no. How specific is that NDA? We can talk about it, right? We just can't share like screenshots or video. Because I totally didn't take any video. I totally didn't do that. But if I did, then I couldn't share the video of it, right? But we can talk about
I mean,
it.
as long as we're general, like, and we're not specific, we're fine, because things could change.
Yeah, they're dudes with guns, and we're out in the middle of a forest, and we shoot things.
Well,
That's
they added a
terribly
loot
intuitive.
system to the game, so there is Division-esque.
Yeah, it's Division.
I don't know how else to say it. It's not like RPG, but it's kind of like they added a little bit of Division into Ghost Recon, and it's not a bad thing.
No.
I enjoyed it. It was, it had its quirks, but again, it was an alpha, so we won't judge it. I will be playing the open beta. I probably will pre-order the game. What about you
Look
guys?
at you pre-ordering. I'll probably get it. I mean, I'm still thinking about getting Uplay Plus. So if I get that, which comes out on September 3rd, by the way, you can have free trial of Uplay Plus, which gives you access to all of their games, Ubisoft games, from the September 3rd to September 30th for free. You can
So
install
now
and play any one of them that you want.
So this
So-
Uplay Plus, is that like the Game Pass?
Yeah, basically. But I mean, you get a full month free, so I'm definitely going to be getting it and testing out all of the Assassin's Creeds, because why the hell not? And the ones that I decided not to buy because I was like, it's just another Assassin's Creed.
So if you have the Game Pass, does that mean you get the Ultimate Edition of Ghost Recon, which means you can play it on October 1st instead of on October
Yes.
4th?
The Uplay Plus, yes. You're basically
Okay.
a premium member.
Gotcha.
So
So is there levels too, like the Uplay Plus and then Uplay whatever?
as far
It's
as I
only
saw,
one?
there was just one Uplay Plus, and you get access to everything, including all of their premium content and expansions and everything.
What's that set you back a month?
I think it was. I think I can't. I don't remember, but I think it's going to be around 10 to 15.
So my next question,
Yeah.
should be an easy yes. You have Gears 5 installed, correct?
I do.
Sweet. For those of you that don't know, Gears 5 comes out on the 6th if you have the Ultimate Edition. I'm not looking forward to this at all or
Yeah,
anything like that.
There are quite a few articles that have come out about that, and I noticed that Gobi, yeah, Definitely excited. That's fine. It looks like it's going to be a pretty cool game. There was an article on PC Gamer this week about the weapons of Gears 5. The iconic weapons, how they're bringing back iconic weapons.
You know what? I've still
Yes.
got to try on now that I've on Xbox Game Pass is Halo.
Well,
Try Halo.
that's gonna be a problem because it's not released yet, and yeah.
No, but I mean it's on Xbox Game Pass, so I can play it on my Xbox.
Oh, you even broke all the way down about an Xbox.
No, I have an Xbox. I've had an Xbox forever.
Yeah. Yes, you should. Halo's a great game. My son was just playing the Master Chief Collection this morning.
I'm terrible with a controller though. That's like literally the bane of my existence is shooters in a controller format.
Speaking of Halo, they did just have a technical test for the Master Chief Collection on PC. It was multiplayer only, and it was Firefight. I don't remember if I signed an NDA or not, so I'm not going to speak more than that on it.
One
it's
more
game
location. One more location in the dojo. You can go to the transporter and hit the Ascension Garden.
I shall ascend on top of Gobi's head.
It's got
Oh, I
a
remember
skylight
this
roof.
place.
Oh, I do remember this.
Oh, what was that?
Said, but yes, but we be enlightened.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
So
know how to be enlightened. Wait,
The Ascension Garden has... I put a few more trees in there, but I recreated this room from the original dojo. Because this was originally where the Ascension altar was, and I figured, why not keep that? So we moved the whole room, and then I recreated all the decorations.
I
Because
What
remember.
is the Ascension altar, anyways?
for when the clan is ready to level up, you come here and you
Right.
participate, and it gives you free endo, depending on what rank
Yeah.
the dojo is going to rank up to. We're having a hell of a time ranking up now because there's still... We've basically researched everything in this dojo. We're still working on a couple pigments, but we have everything else. We've built one of every room, we've researched all the projects, we've got all the crap, so there's nothing else for us to do to gain experience to rank up. So as soon as DE adds more stuff, we'll become a tier 11 clan.
See,
This has to be one of my favorite rooms. I found this room very soon after I joined, and I was like, this is awesome.
I remember this room. Like, it's where we. Did you change? No, you're in the same frame. Looked like you were in a different color outfit.
The lighting in all the rooms you can also change. So I have... Omega helped me farm the Wisp Gray pigment so that we could have Wisp Gray fog in this room.
Aw.
It's very
There's your-
soothing.
There's your fascinating Warframe trivia that nobody gives a shit about, but I think is kind of interesting.
I think it's
Yeah.
amazing. Thanks for that tidbit.
And then one more thing, and I'll shut up. You can come up here and ring the bell. I can
Empty room.
the
see
dojo
your...
is so big you can get lost in it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Linus is on the
it's
second or the third floor.
I'm trying
Oh,
to find my
you
way.
didn't show him the cool obstacle course.
Oh, there he is. Oh yeah, the obstacle course. Everyone can actually see my map on my screen.
I see Game Dude Chris, Dr. Niggle, our top contributors.
Linus
And-
is in the observatory. Actually, you can go to the observatory. Stay there, Linus. Coming to you.
How do I? Oh,
Yeah, that
Man,
place
my-
is cool.
thank you. Oh,
Hello.
I remember this place. I know how to get up to a place where no one can go. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I can't get out.
Slash unstuck. Slash unstuck.
Okay, I'm out.
There you go.
No, I'd rather hit my buttons profusely until it just out. Fuck. This is the place. This is the place. This is the place. That we remember, Nigel. We went up into the place that we weren't supposed to be.
Yeah, I know. There's a transporter pad there now. If you just want a quick step there, it's called the Garden of Shambhala.
Wait, what?
Come over to the transporter and poof.
Garden of Shambhala.
Yep,
Yep.
we can go into space.
Oh. Holy shit.
And here we are. We're in space.
Did you know that if you jump off the Gardens of Shambhala, you end up in that room of trees that we were in? The Great Hall. That's where you land up. If you jump off the garden.
Oh,
What I
I
mean.
landed on top of the Loki sculpture, and now I'm legit stuck. I'm very stuck.
Slash unstuck. Slash
Yeah.
unstuck. That saved me so much because as beautiful as this game is, there are some.
You wanna know something funny? You must be in game to use the unstuck command.
No bugs here. No bugs here.
Well, first of all, we weren't supposed to be able to get out into space in the first place. That's just a bug that they've never really fixed.
Are there multiple rooms that are exactly the same?
No.
No, there has to be. I'm losing my mind then. What the fuck?
That's entirely possible.
You know what makes me lose my mind? In India, several other cultures, and several other cultures, the mango fruit leaves are ritually used as floral decorations at weddings, public celebrations, and religious ceremonies.
It's
The
a
more
magical,
you know.
it is a magical fruit. You
Mangoes
they
are delicious.
They are. I had one this afternoon.
Oh, Gobi's changed frames. All right, I'm gonna go change frames.
I'm not changed from. No, you guys are lying. There's like 15 rooms that are exactly the same.
What are you talking about? Where are you?
Seriously, there are about 15 rooms here that are all exactly the same. Come to me. You'll see what I mean. I'll show you. I'll walk you to them.
Come to you. All right, I have no freaking idea where you are.
I'm in the building.
All right, that helps me.
Elvis is in the building.
I found Masami again. That's not you.
See? They all lead to the same place. All roads lead to Masami.
Well, I hope not. I'm not open 24 hours.
Okay,
Oh.
the Linus is in an... Oh! I was just gonna let it go, man. It's her first day.
Oh, she did say it.
I didn't say it, yeah. I just went,
It's true.
hey-oh.
Where the hell are you, Linus? Oh, you're
In the
down.
room with
You're
6
down again.
rooms that are exactly the same.
You're in the power core.
There's 7 rooms. 7 rooms.
You're
that
in
are
the
exactly
fucking
the
power core. Yes, all the batteries look the same, Linus.
same. But, so don't lie to me and say that no rooms are the same. There's
That's
7
not a real
exactly-
room. Do you want me to color code them like Crayola crayons? So you can say I'm in the green room.
That's my favorite.
All right, there
part.
you are. Here. All right,
Okay,
you're coming with me.
Come, follow me.
Follow me. No,
Follow
I
me.
already.
Wait.
I built the fucking things. Come with me.
Wait,
I know what they look like.
wait, did you change for?
Yes.
You look like
yes.
Oh,
Thank you. All right.
wait.
This
Do you look
pretty
like
room.
Skeletor?
Come. No,
Wait,
I
you
don't.
look like a predator mixed with Skeletor.
No, thank you. I take that as a compliment. Get in the fucking elevator. All right, here we go.
Oh, wait, you fell through the fucking elevator.
I know you fall through the elevator on my screen too.
No bugs. No bugs at all.
No bugs. No bugs at the dojo.
It's a multiplayer game.
Definitely, yeah.
I don't
What is
know.
it?
Still less bugs than WoW.
Has Mascarene
You know-
is another guy who plays Warframe pretty frequently. I'm pretty sure that he's mentioned at least a dozen times this week that getting to round 10 and disruption breaks the game.
They fixed that. One of the hot patches fixed that.
Oh, good. Okay.
Hot
Yeah.
match.
It basically would stop you from putting in a key even if you tried to continue the word. But yeah, it happened. One of the hot patches managed to.
Love them hot patches.
I'm stopping occasionally just to make sure that the Linus is still following me.
I'm not getting rid of you.
All right.
Follow me,
well,
I'm right behind you.
Unfortunately, I
Wait, where
gotta
the fuck
cut
did you
the
go?
fun off. And thank everybody for coming and all that stuff. And
I
thanks
just
for
made it back to
joining.
the bar.
Yeah, and it's like if I'm not mistaken, we're going on 2 hours.
Just give them plenty of material. I mean,
Yeah, hour and a half, and it's definitely going to be crunched down to less than an hour when I edit it.
You're still orange.
Minus the audio.
Even though you changed frames, you're still orange.
Yes, I am. This is Mesa.
I'm,
piece of shit.
I'm on top of the gunslingers.
I am a gunslinger.
Just saying, I'm on top of them.
it's okay. You can be a normal Mason. I'll be Mesa.
I don't have Mesa Prime.
Is
I-
Masami just starting up a dick measuring contest?
I see that.
I do. Ladies of New York, frost yourselves. Because I'm frost.
Oh, boy.
We got it. Yep.
Okay.
I think that
Yep.
qualifies as dad jokes.
Yep, it does. Take us out, Kobe.
All right. Again, thank you guys for coming. Thanks to you guys for listening. Have a good week. Peace.
Later.
Bye.
Later.
Penis.
Bye. Oops.